But let's go back when you were in the Illuminati, and how did this happen? How did you finally leave? And tell us this whole story about you leaving the Illuminati. We haven't touched on that yet.
Sure. Well, I do want to say one thing that I agreed with Marilyn on. Without faith in God, I couldn't have done it, because I became a Christian, and that was for me revolutionary, because it made me question again more of what I was being taught or had believed all my life. I began to realize that what I was doing was wrong. I became increasingly cynical. And I also then started standing up to the head trainer in the county, who despised me, because he would do things that were just blatantly cruel for no reason whatsoever. I'd say, "You're wrong." Well, people don't like that. And he took it out on me in a lot of horrible ways. I finally made the decision to run. I ran to another state, because I knew that my chances of getting out while still staying in that area with people I knew, surrounded by people who were in the group, was not going to be very good. So I went to another state.
You had to leave your family and everything, right?
Everything. Well, my children were with their grandparents, and at that point I thought that was better than them being with my husband. And I was going to go get my kids. But my husband then called, and he said, "I want to reunite with you." And I said, "Okay, that's wonderful." And I said, "But you have to get help. You have to get some treatment, because we can't go on. You've got to get out of the group." And he said, "Okay." He said, "I'll pick up the kids and meet you in a week." So, the day before he called, said, "I'll be there tomorrow," blah, blah, blah. And so I was excited, thinking, "Oh, he's getting out. He's getting out. That's wonderful." Instead, he had gotten the kids several days before. He was lying to me. I didn't know it. I'd gone to a judge, and the day that he was supposed to arrive, there was a knock on my door. It was the policeman serving me divorce papers, and also a restraining order saying that I could not come within 100 yards of my husband or my children. And at that point, I felt slightly punished for leaving the group. I fought that, and I fought for 4 years with a court system that said that things like this didn't occur, because my husband would go into court and say, "This woman's psychotic. She's making it all up. There's no way. Ha, ha, ha. This stuff doesn't happen this day and age." And the judge would say, "You're right, slam. Full custody to the father." And I had to have supervised visitation for 4 years with my own children, because I was considered a kidnap risk. But through a lot of prayer, I had my whole church praying for me here in Texas, and through what I believe are a series of miracles, my children were finally allowed unsupervised visitation with me after 4 years. And during that time, I said to my daughter, who was 14, I said, "I want so badly for you to get out." And she looks at me and she starts going, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that, Mom. You shouldn't have said that, Mom." She just freaked out. She just totally lost it. And I realized it was her programming cycling, because she was just terrified. She was like, "Why'd you say that? Why'd you say that?" And I said, It's okay, honey. Calm down, calm." And then finally, she was just shaking. And then finally she said, "Well, I don't want to go back and get hurt." And then I said, "You don't have to." And at that point, I faced federal prison, but I called my ex and I said, I will not let those children go back and get hurt again. And he flew out to get them. And he could have put me in prison at the time, because I was breaking the custody visitation, and you know how strong the courts are on that. And I said to him, "Please, because my daughter and son said, 'We don't want to go back, Dad. We don't want to get hurt. We don't want to do this anymore.'" And he looked at them and he said, "I want to go think about it." And so he went home. And I was praying for him at the time. And then that night he called me and he says, oh my God. And I said, "Wait," he said, "We've got to get out. We've got to get out." And I'm like, "Yes, you do." And and then he said, he made the decision to get out. At that point, he went to a notary public. He gave me, and he did a legal document, gave me full custody of my children. And then he said he was so sorry for it. He put me through the HELL. He put me through for years.
Now, have you had any reprisals from anybody in the group since you leaving, or any warnings to be quiet or anything like that?
Yeah, of course. And there's one time when I did write one article that named some specific dates and times, and I got hurt afterwards, and it made me very cautious. And that's why I don't give a lot of radio interviews, and why I don't do a lot of this. That's one reason why.
Well, I appreciate this because, you know, the number of people you're going to help by maybe, you know, waking up the American people, what's really going on. Sometimes it's, you can wake up many more people by a person like you than talking about 100 million different generalities. Let me take a call. Chris in Washington, you're on the Investigative Journal.
Hi. Svali, I just want to say how much I appreciate your bravery in presenting this information in the way that you are. I've read your website recently. And my question is very simple. Based on the information that you're presenting, I'm wondering what timeline the organization of the larger family that you're describing has for implementing the New World Order.
Okay. I was told it would occur during my generation. I was told that by the year 2050 that they would be revealed. Now, again, their timelines change, though. In fact, I think jokingly referred to them as being like the Soviet Union because, you know, how they had their 5- and 10-year plans and then things always got changed. In my own lifetime, I saw several different timelines for things that were supposed to occur change. But as Greg noted, I've also heard of from different people that actually there's a huge push in the last few years. It's like, it's close, let's make things happen more quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't begin to guess whether that's an accurate timeline or not. I know what I was told.
I have a follow-up question, and that's it, and this will be it for me. I have recently, against my own resistance to doing so, started to investigate fringe matters, if you will. Among them, the upcoming date on the Mayan calendar of 2012. And as I've done this research, I've allowed myself just to be open to this information without believing anything I'm reading. And one of the ideas that's presenting itself is that around 2012, not just according to the Mayan calendar, but many other theories out there, that we will be undergoing, as a planet, a revolutionary shift, if you will, of some kind or another. And I'm wondering in the back of my mind if there might be any kind of race against the clock on that scale, if you will, especially if we're talking about a potential spiritual warfare, using your words in play here. Do you see a possible relation there?
Yes, I do. And 2012 is an important year, but again, I was not told that the final revealing would occur then. But I believe that what will happen is there will be events taking place that will help to set the stage. There's going to be, I was told, and again, I'm telling you what I was told while a member of the group, so please take it with a grain of salt, because as I know, these people aren't always honest or trustworthy. They are deceptive, but I was told that there would be an enormous economic collapse prior to the revealing, that basically the stock market would destabilize.
Well, that appears to be already happening.
Yeah, and well, and it's. I was told it would make the Great Depression look like Sunday school, and at that time, it's going to be. They're going to really be manipulating finances to bring about chaos, confusion, warfare, and then. I mean, but see, I don't like to be so negative. But I am telling you what I was taught when I was in the group. You know.
Well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we all do.
Yeah, and so...
You're a great voice.
Well, thank you. I mean, I appreciate that very much. But out of this chaos, they said, would come order. See, the group believes that out of chaos comes order.
Well,
as far as I'm concerned, I'd rather just, let things, Svali, these guys want to bring down this country financially, whatever way possible. And right now, your voice is important in that. And, Chris, I really appreciate you saying that because we want to stop these guys. I mean, come on. Let's get American people to get together and just put an end to this. We have a powerful group in numbers. We may not have the money, but we can take it back. And I don't want to be bullied by these kind of people. That's my feeling.
Yeah.